everyone, it's me. My name is Alanna and I'm a Canadian, but I live here in the UK, and today we are doing a cooking experiment, and yes, I am nervous. Thank you for asking. So I am what you call chronically online and I need help. But when I was online recently, I found this website, the 1940s experiment, and it is so interesting. I'll put a link in the description. Go check it out. Carolyn, if you somehow see this, I love what you do. So Carolyn has this entire website about wartime recipes, and today we are going to make a main and a extra side pudding snack appetizer thing. It will make more sense later. It's been a while since we've done a cooking video. Largely, people don't really like these. They're not very popular, but when I saw this website, I thought that is so fascinating. We're gonna do wartime cooking, World War I time era cooking. But if you like this kind of stuff, I still do a decent amount of cooking videos on YouTube memberships. I post an exclusive video every week. If you wanna join, that would be awesome. If not, well, just pretend I didn't say anything. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say. So grab a seat. This could take a while. Let's get going. So our first recipe today is the trench stew. This recipe dates back to World War I, from the trenches, in case that wasn't clear. I think I've got everything that we need. I guess we should go over to the stove actually, the hob, if you will. Let's go over here. So going into our stew, we have 1 large potato, 2 carrots, this. I hate parsnips. I just do. They are like evil carrots. They don't taste how you think that they should taste. I hate parsnips, but I said, you know what? Carolyn says that you put 1 parsnip in this stew, so I'm gonna do what Carolyn says. Because maybe in this application, I will like it. You never know until you try. But we're cutting up our potato, our parsnip, and our 2 carrots into bite-sized pieces. All right, how's that sound? Potato, done. Bite size, questionable. Do you think in the trenches they'd cut off the like really gross end bit? Because I just did. Carrots, cut. Bite-sized pieces, I think so. And finally, the evil carrot. Leave a comment down below. Parsnips, yes or no? For me, I think you already know. Absolutely not. Parsnips, cut, unfortunately. Okay, so we are going to bring a pint of water to a boil. I gotta be honest, not a lot of water. Like, it's not gonna cover all of our veggies. So, I don't know, maybe my pot's too big, but that's the only pot I got. So we're gonna add all of our veggies to the boiling water. We're also adding a stock cube. Sorry, half a stock cube. I've got these OXO beef, so we're gonna do half of that. All right, let's bring this to boil. I apologize. This is gonna be annoying to listen to. All right, everyone, well, here goes nothing. All of our veg. That's a lot. Maybe my carrots were like a bit too big for the trenches. Maybe we won't put all the carrot in. All right, I'm happy with that. We've got a little bit extra. I just have big carrots, all right? But I hope you notice, no parsnips were left. Just the giant carrot and just a smidge of potato. But everything's like nicely covered, so I'm happy with that. And we also want half of our stock cube. Carolyn doesn't say what kind of stock cube, so beef makes sense because we are putting some corned beef. I don't think I've ever had this before. In shortly. Half of a stock cube. Delicious. Now we don't add in any other seasonings, so the stock cube is doing a lot of heavy lifting. No salt or pepper. So we're gonna just let this do its bit for a bit. We'll just let it, I've never made a stew before. That's probably obvious. Just check back in with me in a minute when our veg is cooked. How long does that take? Not really sure.
Later.
All right, everyone, welcome back. So I just had a sneaky taste, and the potato and the carrot that I tried were soft. So I think we can continue. Carolyn says we need to do half a can of corned beef. Number 1, I don't think I've ever had corned beef. Every day's a school day. Number 2, half a can of what size? This is unsure. This is unsure, I am unsure. So Tesco had 2 brands and both of the brands were this size, and then one of the brands was like a half size. So I thought, well, let's say this size and we will just sort of eyeball it. How does one actually open this? That is a question. So you have the little key. What a little trick. Oh my God, every day is a school day. Ta-da! All right, I am just gonna dump this out. Yum, meat paste. You guys can't see that. Meat paste. I'm just gonna eyeball it and we're gonna put half in. And then we're also crumbling some stale bread. 1 or 2 biscuits or stale bread. I got two things of bread and I got half a thing of this. That really looks like cat food. Okay, and just rip these up, I guess. All right, whatever Carolyn says. That's looking like a lot of bread. Maybe we don't do the whole thing. Okay, couple of things. Now I'm gonna put up Carolyn's beautiful photo. Looks like a great beef stew. Now, she did not put in the corned beef because apparently she's a vegetarian, and I gotta tell you, mine does not look remotely like that. So, let me give you a little peeky. This is so unappetizing. So, mine does not look brown at all. So that makes me think a full stock cube would have been nice. I also think not enough water. Maybe I let it go too long, or the bread and everything just absorbed too much. So if I could continue going off script, I would like to add more water in the rest of that stock cube because it just looks like corned beef mush. But that's not what Carolyn says. Carolyn says half a stock cube, a pint of water. That's what we did. So we're gonna taste this. But I'd love to know how she got hers so brown. Oh, maybe we do put water in. What do you guys think? Should we stick to the recipe or should we go off script? You know what? I want to go off script. It's my kitchen. I can do whatever the hell I want. I want more beef stock cube and I want a little bit of water.
A little later.
All right, I think I'm happier with that. It's a bit more soupy. I added more water and I added a bit more stock cube. It's not deep brown like hers, but I put a lot of corned beef. And corned beef is pink. So we got pink slop. You know what? Let's have a seat and try our slop. Okay, here's the slop. Texture-wise, I mean, the potatoes and the carrots are gonna be obliterated because I cooked it too long. But a bit more like stew, more liquid. I don't know if you can see that. Not brown, but a beautiful shade of pink. You know what? It tastes like a stew. I'm perfectly happy with that. It doesn't look like the photo. I know I said she didn't use corned beef. The corned beef really gives it that pink kind of vibe. And because I cooked it extra to, you know, at the end there, the potato and the carrot and stuff are a bit too mushy for my liking, but taste-wise, it tastes like a soup, a stew. Reasonable. I thought maybe this wouldn't be very flavorful because like there's not a lot of seasoning in it, but the stock cube helps a lot. The extra stock cube helps a lot. I am really happy with this. It doesn't look how I wanted it to, but it tastes fine. Now our next recipe is the one that I'm actually afraid of. I thought this would be a piece of piss, if you don't mind me saying. So I'm a bit extra concerned about the next one because we are making our own dough. I've made dough on this channel before, and every time it's a nightmare. I am actually really happy with this. This is pretty tasty, I'm not gonna lie. I can't tell what's a parsnip. I don't know if I've had any parsnip yet. Oh, that was a parsnip. You know what? I'm okay with that. In this context, I'm all right with that. Okay, enough. Where's my laptop? For our trench stew, I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5. Tastes great. I'm gonna eat more of this. And you know what? It's not a disaster. So I'm grateful. Enough. Now our next recipe I would like to do is the World War I ration scones. Yes, I do say it like that. So Carolyn says she found the original World War I ration scone recipe from a 1918 article in People's Friend magazine. Now she adapts the recipe, so she adds in wild garlic and a hard cheese, which I think would be so nice. However, I want to stay true to the actual recipe, so we are going to make the OG classic plain ration scones. But if you're at all interested, I think her wild garlic and like a Parmesan kind of scone, I think they would be lovely. But I don't think I've ever made scones, but I'm nervous. This is really good. All right, we simply have to move on. Let's go. We can do it. All right, so we are sifting flour and a large pinch of salt into a bowl. We can do that. Everything is doable, all right? So just calm down, Alanna. So we want 5 ounces. White, self-raising FYI, on the off chance that you are also going to make World War I ration scones. I don't know if any of you guys have your own like family recipes. Let me know, because I'd love to try them. Okay, so we've got our flour. I gotta be honest, I never sift. I'm assuming that's what this is, right? I've seen people do it. I just don't care enough, do you know what I mean? Does it make that much of a difference? I bet people who sift say it does. Me though? I'm just happy to make it out alive. Delicious. Then we want a large pinch of salt. That's probably good. Now we want to dot in the butter and then rub into the flour. I don't know what dot entails, but let's just start slow, all right? We want 2 ounces of butter. She doesn't say salted or unsalted. The only stuff we have is salted. What are you gonna do? Do you know what I mean? 2-ish ounces of butter. Dot in the butter and then rub into the flour. Okay, dot makes me think of like a little, like this. Dot the butter. We just be out here, all right? We're just trying. Now, part of my family was British. Were they involved in World War I? I don't know explicitly. I do know I had a grandpa, Canadian grandpa, who was in World War II with the Canadians and the British. When I saw this website, originally I thought, oh, we could do like wartime recipes. In my mind, that means World War II. I don't know why. And then when I found these two, it was like, oh no, these are like World War I. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what the point of what I was saying. I don't know what the point is. What was I don't know. Okay, we've dotted in our butter. And we are going to rub into flour. Now, her next ingredients instructions are to add in the grated cheese and the wild garlic. Again, we're not gonna do that, but I think it sounds delicious. We're just gonna go OG classic. Okay, that's obviously like not super mixed, but it's like kind of. Next instruction says add the eggs and the milk mixture, leaving a spoonful to brush the tops of the scones before they bake. Okay, so I scroll up to the ingredients, but it only says 1 egg and a little milk. 1 egg and a little milk. Do you think we mix that separately? And let's do that. 1 egg. Uh-oh. I gotta go to the shops after. 1 egg and a little milk. Let's just... Sure. Now, since she said leave a little bit behind to dust the tops of the scones, I'm gonna whisk, because that makes sense to me. And then we'll pour most of it in, but not all. We leave just a little bit for the dusting. Beautiful. Get this out of my way. We are forming a dough that is not too sticky and can be handled. And then on a floured surface, we're gonna roll out to about 1/2 inch thick. Use cutters to create 6 scones. You may get more if you are lucky. I hate dough, but I wanted to try something new. And I thought, if they can do it in World War I can do it now. In World War III. Just kidding. War is probably not a good joke. Let's lightly floured surface. Good thing I vacuumed yesterday. Love that. I think this is a decent texture. She says not too sticky. Okay. Oh my God, don't get too excited. Now we want to roll it out. This is when I traditionally freak out. We have this giant rolling pin that just sucks. But it looks kind of cool, right? Okay, we're gonna roll it out. It's not sticking, that's a good sign. Okay. Another fun fact about me is I am measurement blind. So Carolyn very nicely says 1/2 inch thick. I don't know what 1/2 inch like looks like. I am aware what inches are, but I'm not aware with like visually looking at something and being like, oh yeah, that's 1/2 inch. Does that make sense? We're learning so much about each other today. Use a cutter or the end of a glass to create 6 scones. Now, do we think this is 1/2 inch? I feel like that's way too thin. Open. So like we have these glasses that kind of have a fairly small 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alexa, what does 1/2 inch look like?
From answers.com. A 1/2 inch is about the length of a small button or a cheerful ladybug taking a stroll.
Did you hear that? Half of a button? I don't want to get a ruler out because of my current situation. You know what? I'm gonna get a ruler out. We're here anyway. Okay, I got this. This is my crochet knitting measuring tape. That is too thin. Too thin, lads. Let's try again. Is this thing still on? How you guys doing? I think there's too much flour. Oh no. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there. That feels kind of thick to me, but maybe it's like a bit, even then I feel like that's still too thin. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna use the cup like she suggested, and we're gonna make as many as we can. I didn't do a great job of placement, I gotta be honest. So our 6th one is kind of like disformed, but you know that's fine. We are all created in God's image. Now we are going to place on a baking tray and brush the egg mixture on top. Baking tray. So we've got our baking tray, we've got our little pucks. Wonderful. I think we can make another one. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, we got an extra 3. Next we are brushing with a little bit of egg mixture. And also sprinkle a little more salt on the top of each scone. How fun. I'm actually a lot more hopeful about these than I originally thought I would be. So that's gotta be something, right? And we're gonna do just a little bit of salt. Okay, now I am going to say goodbye to you for a minute. I'm gonna preheat the oven. I'm gonna cook these for 20 minutes and then enjoy while still slightly warm with butter. Ooh. Our oven sounds like it's dying again. Like it is loud. So I'm gonna spare you that sound. I'm gonna go away and do this, and we are gonna meet back to taste our ration biscuits. All right? I am pleasantly hopeful, but I'm trying not to get my hopes up. Do you know what I mean? All right, I'll see you real soon. Don't go anywhere. Bye. We're back. So we made tiny little skinny hard pancakes. Would you like one? So even with my stupid measuring tape, they are too thin. You obviously knew that. I should have known that, but I was just so excited. So I overlooked how thin they are, and we have resulted in pancakes, really. They're like little tiny cookies. I was working on my laptop at the table, and I could start to smell something. I thought, uh-oh. Check them. They are properly brown. I pulled them out 4 minutes early. Oh, Alexa, cancel my timer. They have risen a little bit. You know, there is some level of height, just not enough. Anyway, let's give one a try, shall we? Okay. Why did I not... Oh, it just crumbled apart. That's kind of nice. Why didn't I notice that these were too thin? Why didn't you guys say something? Anyway, we've got some butter. They're nice and like fluffy inside. Cheers. I'll tell you what, the taste is there. It's too short. They're not fluffy enough, but the taste is there. Well, this has been a learning experience. Oh, I don't know how different this is from a regular scone recipe, but the fact that Carolyn found this in a 1918 recipe book is so fun, and it's really tasty. I would absolutely do this recipe again. I'd make them thicker, obviously, and I also would use less salt. I think they're a bit salty where I use the salted butter, and she also has a sprinkle of salt on top. I didn't need that extra salt. But otherwise, I am pleasantly surprised. Thank you guys so much for watching, and big thank you to Carolyn for her recipes. This is really fun. I am not very good at this stuff, but you know what? We're out here learning. If you'd like to watch something else, how about this one? I taste tested English wine and had a great time. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!